On average, adults are taking in about 17 teaspoons of added sugar each day, but the recommendation for good health is only 6 teaspoons. This added sugar is contributing to health problems, we know that, like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and inflammation that contributes to chronic diseases. I'm Tammy from liftingmyspirits.com, and I create resources for women over 40 to transform their health and their bodies. I've got 10 things that you can do to reduce your sugar intake each day and reduce cravings. Plus, I have a few unusual things that I do that I'll talk about at the end. And we're starting now. 1. Check your intake. Find out how much you're actually taking in on an average day. If you're already tracking everything you eat and drink, look at your online tracker. It probably tabulates the added sugar in grams for you. 2. Read labels. Sugar is on the nutrient label, but you also want to look at the ingredients. Look for things like syrups or sucrose. Ingredients are listed from most to least, so if sugar is one of the first ingredients listed, that means there is a lot of sugar in that product. 3. Check beverages if you haven't already. You probably already did, but a lot of people forget about what they drink. It's not about just soda. You can also have added sugar in things like coffee creamer, iced tea, energy drinks, all that kind of stuff. Okay, those tips are to help you figure out how much you're taking in and then where it is. Now, the next few steps are going to be about how to reduce cravings. Eat protein at each meal. Couple reasons for that. Protein digests slower, so it can curb hunger and make it easier for you to control your appetite. The building blocks of protein are called amino acids, and one of those, tyrosine, can naturally boost dopamine levels in the brain like sugar does. Getting it from food is the best way, and you're going to find it in things like meats, fish, soy, beans, and lentils. Okay, number 5 might be a little easier said than done, but it's sleep. So if sleep is an issue, you need to deal with that if you want to curb your cravings for sugar. First of all, if we're sleep deprived, it throws off all of our hunger hormones and we just get really hungry the next day. But we will crave sugar if we are feeling low on energy. 6, eat breakfast. Let's get that first protein serving in right away. Plus, it cuts down on hunger throughout the day. 7, use natural sweeteners. Something like stevia or honey. But keep in mind, natural sweeteners are just to help you kind of break your addiction to sugar, and the idea is to gradually decrease the amount of sweet stuff you add to your food. Number 8, include healthy fats in your meals. Healthy fats will also help curb your hunger and help you feel full, and that'll help curb cravings when later on in the afternoon. But also, foods like cheese and nuts have tyrosine, which is what we talked about, that'll have a natural dopamine boost that isn't from sugar. 9, use fruits. Natural sugars in whole foods don't negatively impact the body like added sugar. Plus, you get all that healthy fiber and micronutrients. 10, exercise daily. Exercise will trigger dopamine as well, but it also reduces stress, and that's going to help decrease your craving for wanting to feed stress with sugar. All right, now here are a few unusual things that I do that might be helpful for you. First, I freeze treats. I started doing this years ago after making holiday meals, and there's lots of pies and there's like candy around. And so what I'll do is I'll take the portion size that I want, and then I'll take the leftovers, wrap them into individual portion sizes, and then toss them in the freezer. It's there. I don't feel deprived, but it works for me because I can't act on impulse. So if I want a treat, I have to thaw it. Usually I'm a little too lazy to do that, so I just pass. A few months ago, I started making my own hot chocolate mix. Okay, so my weakness is chocolate, and I figured out that if I had a cup of hot chocolate, I could kind of curb that a little bit. And then I figured out it works better if I make my own hot chocolate mix. So I mix parts of baking cocoa with non-fat dry milk. And then I make it by the cup, and then I sweeten it with a little stevia just to take the bitterness away. Lift weights. This is really a way to handle your sugar cravings. And I'll tell you why. Muscle uses glucose for energy, so over time, as my body composition improved, meaning I built just a little bit more muscle, my body used carbs more efficiently. I was happy about it, but my doctor was also happy because my blood work improved. Balance. And you need to be flexible with yourself, and you need to be forgiving with yourself, but you also need to be realistic. You can't just completely cut something out of your diet that you enjoy. You'll end up feeling deprived, and that's going to backfire. It's one of the reasons why I have some chocolate in the freezer. It doesn't mean I'm going to eat all of it. It just means I'm going to have just enough so that I don't feel deprived. Now, if your next challenge is to get enough protein, I can help you with that. Click into this video right here.